Hello. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I really appreciate you clicking on this video. My name is Umair. I have been a short-term investor for about 2 years now. I started my stock market journey in 2019, not profitable. It was not profitable. It was really bad. But since August 2020, I have been consistently profitable month on month. So that's about me. So what I'm going to be doing right now, without wasting your time, I'm this fear in the market that bad things are going to happen in Nifty and there's going to be a massive correction and whatnot. I'm saying little correction is likely, but we'll be looking at the chart. So we will be doing technical analysis of Nifty, Bank Nifty, and the highly weighted stocks. So highly weighted stocks are like Reliance, HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank, ITC, Infosys, TCS. So these are like 5, 6 really highly weighted stocks. So we'll be looking at those, and we will also be looking at the index. So we'll be looking at Nifty and Bank Nifty. So without wasting your time, by the way, this is not financial advice. I can tell you what I think. This is my analysis, but do not think of this as a buying or selling signal. You should not take free advices from the internet anyway. And I'm not SEBI registered, so I'm genuinely not in a position to give that as well. But this is my analysis, and my analysis are usually correct. Follow me for a while and see. Tell me what's your analysis in the comments below, and always risk manage. And if you're in future and options, and you have to, the thing is, if you are using this video to trade in future and options, don't, because sorry for that. So yeah, basically coming back to future and options, if you have to take advice from people on the internet from future and options, you are not really ready for it. It's a gambling game if you don't know what you're doing. So be very careful. Even I am very careful with future and options, and I do not ever get into index options. If I only do even if I'm doing future and options, I do only stock options. I don't get into index. So if you don't know what you're doing, do not take this advice and apply it to future and options. Yeah, you can use this in conjunction to your own advice to invest. Just see where the market is going, and if there is any stock you want me to cover, let me know. And always risk manage. If you want to learn how to risk manage, I'm sure you already know, but if you want to know how I do the risk management, leave that in the comments down below, as if someone is going to watch this video. So okay, now we're going to jump right to Nifty. If you look at Nifty right now, so usually I'm at monthly time zone. Usually I start off at yearly, but for the sake of keeping this video concise, we're going to stay at monthly. So if you look at monthly right now, look at this. This candle is a negative 3.25% candle. If you see right now, it's a negative 3.25% candle when I move my cursor on top of it. So negative 3.25% for the sake of in August is not really that bad. And if you look at the trend of Nifty, so just look at it. Since the market has been going up, look at the 20 EMA. Whenever it comes near 20 EMA, it just goes up. Look at this. Even from here, there was a same day recovery. Not same day, but this was the election. The recovery is massive whenever it touches the 20 EMA. So 20 EMA is anyway a great support, but you would say that 20 EMA is at 21,200. If it comes to 21,200, it's going to be bloodbath. And yeah, it pretty much will be. But we can look at the other signals as well. So weekly EMA, it usually acts as a support, and right now it is untouched, it's intact, even though the structure below is not really too pretty if you think about it, because this is just a massive base candle. So what this base candle is signifying is, in this whole area, there is essentially no orders, because all the pending orders and even the pending orders of here have been picked up because the price came down and it went up. So this area, this whole range has no support, right? So that's going to be a problem. We have to be careful with this, that if Nifty comes below this line, so there is not really much of a support. But if we're talking massive corrections that people are saying that it's going to come to 14,000, something like that, no, that's not going to happen. There is a massive support. There is a massive support near this 19,900 area and 20,500 area. There's a support in this gap as well. Gaps usually tend to get filled, and there's a support there. So, but that's a very far off, very far-fetched support. Let's look at what's closer. So now we're at daily. Looking at daily, generally speaking, this is all garbage. If you look at this is all garbage. So the thing is, technically speaking, the way it went up, I always thought that in this kind of a market, you should be booking the profits. You should not be looking to invest, you should be booking profits. But what has happened now is, look at the structure. It is just sustaining in this area from 25 25,000 to 24,000. It has been in this area since like God knows how long. Let me check. For about 46 days, it has been in this area. It could, this kind of consolidation, what we call it, could last a little while. And once this consolidation is over, we could see a breakout. Otherwise, right now there are two types of consolidations or corrections. One is a price correction where the price comes down. The other is a time correction when the price stays roughly in the same area and it just keeps going straight, like it's just sideways, going sideways. And once that has happened for long enough time, then there is a move. So if you think about it, 46 days is not enough for time correction. Time correction usually takes months. So right now, it's not too positive, this situation, albeit. If we look at Bank Nifty, also, we'll see that the price is right smack in between 20 EMA and 50 EMA. So these two lines usually work. Wherever the price goes, this is usually going to be the direction of the market. Now let's look at Bank Nifty. If we look at Bank Nifty, the charts have not been updated. God, I'm doing it on a completely different profile. But okay, let's update the charts with you right now. So this is the monthly EMA. Monthly EMA, whenever the price came close to it, there has been a rally. There's been a bullish momentum. Coming to weekly, price is at the weekly EMA. So if price breaks this weekly EMA, similar to this election candle, that there is no pending orders in this entire area. So we could be seeing a correction here. Generally speaking, this is something that is worrisome, that there could be a correction, but again, there is a limit to all these things, right? So the correction cannot just be forever. A support is right here at this area, 44,000 to 42,000. This is a pretty substantial support because this was the area that gave a previous all-time high. So I would say this is a support at the moment. Though the price is coming down from all-time high, and it has in Bank Nifty, the price has corrected to about 7.5%. So that's a pretty substantial correction if you ask me. And if the price stays in this area for long enough time, then we could be out of the dangerous areas. And look at this. Here, if you look at this area, there is a rally and there is these weird ass base candles, right? Now these are on its own, these candles are not very confidence inspiring. But if you look at it, the rally. So from here, market had a pretty amazing rally. So this is the initial support. I will put my red line on it. This is the initial support of the market at 48,900. If the market breaks this area at that time, I would lose my sleep, my trust, a lot of money as well. But then I would wait for the market to come down to near about this area where this golden crossover where this exists. And there is a demand zone as well. It's in the weekly area. There's a golden crossover. And then there is a proper momentum. There's a lot of achievements of this area. So if that happens, I'm going to be waiting for this area, 44,000. And I would be doing a lot of purchasing at this area at 44,000 rupees. So that was the Nifty and Bank Nifty. So just a recap, small recap. Nifty doesn't look good. Because Nifty doesn't look good because it is not corrected that much. Nifty came down about 4%, something like that, right? And that's not enough of a correction after a rally of about 20%. But with Bank Nifty, we can see that there's a 7.5% correction. And if Bank Nifty holds this line and this support area, I'll just mark it, though it's not too powerful, but this general area, it's a support. So 48,800 is the lower limit of it. When this area breaks, I would wait genuinely for 44,000 rupees, and that's quite possible because there is nothing that's going to hold the price here. Now, let's look at what the heavy weighted stocks are saying. So we can't talk about heavy weighted stock without talking about Reliance. So Reliance, we're going to go to the monthly chart of it. Look at the monthly chart of this thing. This is crazy. What is this? Oh, yeah. So if you look at the monthly chart of Reliance, it just keeps going up. It keeps going up, and the monthly EMA is too far away. So it might come down to monthly EMA like these times and then have a bull run, but coming down to these lines is going to be like what? A 9.5% correction. At that point, the market is going to be would have fallen a lot. But yeah, look at Reliance. It is approaching that area slowly, but it is approaching that area. Right now there is a little bit of support. If we go in a smaller time frame, we will see on 125 minutes there is a support right here. There is a drop, then there is this base candles, and then there is a rally. Even on daily we can see the similar structure, like drop, base, and then this proper rally. So right now this area is holding it, but looking at the condition in Nifty, like this area is powerful enough that it can start a bullish momentum on its own. So basically, it's a whole lot of nothing. You can't conclude anything. You have to wait 4 or 5 days for a candle to form, a large candle to form in Reliance, Nifty Bank, Nifty on either side. If it goes on the upper side, then we have to see if it's a trap or not. But and if it goes on the lower side, again we have to see if it's a crash or a trap, right? I hope you can't hear the rain. Wow, that's scaring me. Anyway, so this is Reliance. Weekly, I would not buy. And if you're already holding it, you've already held down this 9% drop, do not sell it. Hold on to selling Reliance, because Reliance, I mean, if it goes down below this area, na, if it crosses 28,640, I would say you can still sell it. But if you're an investor, like a long-term investor, then you should wait for at least this area to breach. Like 25,500 is the lower limit. Otherwise, I mean, it really depends. If you bought it at 2600, then waiting till this point is going to be pretty catastrophic for you. But if you bought it at 2000, then hold on to at least this area, because there is a lot of pending orders from the looks of it. Because this area broke all-time high, like it broke all these areas, right? All these areas. This area was so strong that it broke it, and then it was an all-time high. So this is the origin of the buying. So if you have the patience to wait till 2550, then genuinely hold on to Reliance. Then look at HDFC Bank. In HDFC Bank, there are these two red lines, and these two red lines basically signify how long Reliance has been in the same range. So about 45 months, for about give or take 45 months, Reliance has been between these two areas, right? And there is no conclusive candles that are forming. But what we have to understand what's happening is the upper areas have been tested multiple times. And if you go to daily, so you will see that right now there is a higher high and a higher low kind of a structure forming. So from here, if you look at this low, there was this high, then a low, then again this high was in the same, but the low came upstairs, right? Let me just draw it. Higher high, higher low, similar high, higher low, higher high, and then this, consider this whatever you want. I would just consider the same thing. Again, the low has not been breached. The previous low was not breached. Now, then the high is this, and the low is right here, or it could be anywhere till here as well, right? So I think HDFC Bank is in a higher high, higher low kind of a pattern. And without going too micro into it, I say that this consolidation has been going on for about 48 months. I think it's going to break sooner or later. And since the new budget, the new government has arrived, the new budget has been announced, people are going to be taking money from banks. In general, I think banking sector could boom. And let's look at ICICI Bank to support my hypothesis. So if you look at ICICI Bank, so the structure is pretty good. Look at this is monthly chart, and it has been going up. It looks like it looks like a one-way rocket, but yeah, there has been some time corrections, some sideways movements, and then it's gone up. Price corrections have not been there per se, like 10-12% corrections after like 30% rally, so it's not really that bad. Monthly EMA is far away. Let's look at weekly EMA, which is another support. Weekly EMA is right there at the support, right? Now, if you look at the daily chart, look at this red candle. So this red candle is in a sea of these green candles. There's green, 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 red, green, 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 right? So this area, these kind of candles usually are very powerful areas because they represent a fight. From here, there was a conclusive outcome of the fight that was decided right here, because this was a high, then this was a high, right? And after that, when the price came here, there was this kind of consolidation, and when this red candle, the outcome of that was an all-time high. So because of that reason, I would say that this is a very strong area. This is what we've been taught in my course that I took. And this is the daily EMA. So the price needs to basically breach the daily EMA. And after that, but if you look at this, this is also a demand zone. It's a demand zone on daily. And since it is an all-time high demand zone and the closing is pretty good, we can consider this. And generally speaking, if you look at this green symbol right here, I have bought this. I have bought ICICI Bank right here because I thought when the price came here for the first time, I thought this is a price that I should buy at. So I have bought ICICI Bank at this point, and I will continue to hold on to it because I think that since HDFC Bank, Bank Nifty are at a non-conclusive point, these structures are going to tell us what's going to happen. So I think a rally is possible because ICICI Bank is making such good structures. Now, but looking at this is just one evidence. We need to make sure that all the other highly weighted stocks are in a similar kind of a structure. So let's go from the third. ICICI Bank was the third highest weightage. Reliance is also in a demand zone. So that's two things that are in a demand zone right now. If you think about it, this is also a demand zone, right? Now let's go to ITC. I sadly sold my TCS and Infosys. I shouldn't have done that, but yeah, let's look at ITC. So ITC is the weirdest company ever. When the market crashes, ITC just goes up. I think it has to do when there is bad times, the consumption of tobacco and the consumption of FMCG possibly goes up. I don't know how that even works, but ITC usually goes up during bad times, right? So when there was the election issues, it was a sideways candle, and after that, if the boom was much bigger than the other companies, and it was a massively profitable company for me because I bought at around this area, not this area, I think this area I bought it at. But yeah, if you look at this is a weekly demand zone right here, and this is a sensational weekly demand zone. I mean, if anything, I would just put a price alert. Whatever software you have, I think you should put a price alert at this kind of an area, which is 435. And look at this. It has breached all-time high, and though the breach has not been conclusive. If you look at this is somewhat in the same area as that. But the more it tests this area, the pending orders, the selling orders are being finished. And if we look at the trend on weekly, what do we see? We see on weekly the trend that the price has been going up. It's breaking all those supply zones. All the supply zones are being broken, and the demand zones, though there is no follow-up demand zones, but the price is in a momentum of upside, right? Now look at daily EMA. Looking at daily EMA, so the price has not even touched it, and price has been returning up towards the upside whenever it comes close to the EMA. So I think this is a flag pattern. This is a flag pattern that is forming because what's happening is the price has gone up like a flag, right? And now there has been this kind of a consolidation. The moment, I think, this is my hypothesis, this is not a trading signal, do not buy options or futures based on this, or even stocks for that matter. See if you want to invest in ITC because the fundamentals of the company are pretty freaking strong. But look at this. Whenever the price touches this area or when it comes close to this area again, what we have observed is the price goes up. And in case of ITC, there is no fresh area that has a lot of pending selling orders, right? There's only buying orders. So the price is just doing this sideways drama. And from there, if there is a rally, we could see a similar kind of a rally again from here because this is a classical flag pattern. So this was the FMCG sector. Now let's go to TCS, because I think that's I think Infosys is the next heavyweight. So look at this. Look at the way demand zones work. How beautifully they work, and supply zones. So this was a supply zone right here. Supply zone price came here and it came down a little bit, right? And look at this. This was a follow back demand zone. The demand zone was so strong of daily, a daily demand zone was so strong that it could stop the weekly supply area. So the price seems like it's going to go up from here because it has already crossed the daily EMA. So if you think about it, if we look at basic resistances, so weekly EMA is downstairs, not downstairs, but below the price action right now. The daily EMA, the price just crossed and is now looking like it's possibly going to sustain. We need a few candles here. But if the price starts to boom from here, then it might start consolidating here as well, or it could just break this whole thing entirely. We can look at Nifty IT. If you want me to do an in-depth analysis of IT stocks, then I could do that. I'll look at the Nifty IT chart. It's right here. I can do an analysis of that. So what I looked at was INFY, right? Now look at TCS. So TCS had no supply zone, let's say. So TCS looks like in a much better position. There is no supply zones. And look at this little tiny demand zone. And for some reason, even though it was broken, it has stopped the price in its track. The price is hovering in this area. This selling pressure, this massive selling pressure on, I do remember this, on 5th August, couldn't do anything about it. Though, if you want to buy, do not buy right now. The point to buy, the point to entry would be around this. This is the area where you should be buying, nearly 4,000. The stop loss could be near 37.75. And from there, you need to hold this thing for a long time. Because TCS is going to grow, man. The fundamentals are great. Look at the earnings. Well, the revenue was good. The earnings was not that much. And the dividend was just a joke at this point. But yeah, we're looking for growth, and IT has been consolidating for far too long. IT needs to break. IT just broke. Look at this. IT broke its high, its all-time high. It went all-time high and it came down. So this was a trap that bringing it up and bringing it down. And now when it starts moving, when IT starts moving from here, we could see an amazing rally like these ones, like 100% kind of a rally. And we're literally sitting on it. I think Nifty IT is going to go from 39,000 currently to nearly 80,000 in the course of next 2 years. So with these things, I think this is just to panic the public so that we stop buying this. And since they want to buy, if they want to buy at a good price, we as retailers, we need to sell at a good price, right? If we are selling the stock here, so they create panic in the market. And when they create panic, people sell. And those institutions, they buy, those big people, those whales, those people buy, and the price goes up. And then we are like, हम जब खरीदते हैं तब गिर जाता है, और जब हम बेचते हैं तो बढ़ जाता है. So that thing keeps going on. So look at, this was TCS. TCS, bullish on it. So in my understanding, look at this. I am buying HDFC Bank, right? I have bought HDFC Bank, I have bought ITC, I have bought ICICI. Reliance, I'm waiting that it should come down or it should touch the EMA, and after that I'm looking to buy. TCS, Infosys, I just sold them around this area. I shouldn't have, but I'm waiting for a good green candle to buy. So what I am telling you is that I am looking to buy. And I think from my analysis, if you understood anything out of it, that even though Nifty and Bank Nifty are in a state that looks like they're in a limbo, you have to understand that Nifty IT is a very big constituent in the entire Nifty thing. I think it's doing double-digit percentage. So when Bank is not supporting Nifty, then someone has to be a front runner. And ITC has been dormant for far too long. And the textbook fake breakout that we have seen has happened, that they take it up, break the last time all-time high. There are news cycles that IT is booming, it's all-time high, and then there is a dip, and then there are bad news. And now, as the bad news are ending, people are selling their IT holdings, and now we can see a very good rally from there. Though I am usually an optimist kind of a person, and that's what my 2 cents are. So take that with a grain of salt. Is that's the term, right? Yeah, take that with a pinch of salt. This is just one man's opinion. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope to keep doing these kind of videos. And if you keep watching my channel, of course, my channel will grow, and I will offer you some amazing advice. My presentation is going to be better, and I will offer you amazing production quality. I can promise you that I have a lot of amazing camera, really expensive camera equipment, so I can give you amazing production quality and very well made videos. So I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much, and thank you for watching.